Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alex of Coyote Star Astrology, and this is my weekly forecast for the week of March 18th, 2019. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, and Happy New Year. In astrology, we mark the beginning of the astrological new year when the sun leaves its confusing, dreamy slumber, its sort of lethargic, wandering state in Pisces and enters into fiery Aries. So we are at the beginning of a new cycle. We are kind of shaking ourselves out of our sleep. We might feel like this is an entirely new chapter, and indeed it is. Aries is about beginnings and flowers blooming and plants coming out of their state of dormancy. And as extensions of nature ourselves, we are experiencing this as well. However, Sun in Aries is normally very confident, very bold. It's kind of the warrior. But we still have Chiron in the very first degrees of Aries. So when the sun comes into Aries, it's going to come tightly conjunct Chiron in Aries, which is an identity wound. So we are still warriors, but we're kind of like warriors with scars or wounds, little fractures in our identity that are calling for healing. When the sun moves into Aries on Wednesday, the 20th, the spring equinox, we will also have our full moon for the month in the sign of Libra. And Libra is about balance, specifically about finding balance within our relationships. Libra is about having that reflection, that polarity point with another human being and synchronizing to the needs of that person while also somehow honoring your own. So that's why Libra is the scales. I have my needs, you have your needs. I have this opinion, I have that opinion. And finding harmony and balance somewhere in between. Libra really dislikes disharmony, and is always looking for a way to find the peace. So with the full moon in Libra in opposition to the sun conjunct Chiron, we're finding a way to find harmony within our relationships despite our wounds. And our wounds are often what causes the disharmony, right? At the same time this is going on, we have Venus squaring Mars all week. And both are in fixed signs. Venus is in Aquarius, where she's a little bit detached emotionally. She's really into her freedom and she wants new friends and new experiences. She's very social and very much out of the house and wanting to go out and have new experiences. Mars is in Taurus, which is also fixed in its ways, but it would rather stay at home or focus on coming up in the world, making more money, getting those grounded security needs met, and really wants to know about something before it just dives right in. Taurus really likes what it knows and has a little bit of a hard time going outside of the box and trying new things. So the masculine and feminine energies in the cosmos right now, Mars and Venus, are in square. So they're at a tension point within their differences, but both are in fixed signs. So both are kind of stubborn about their way. So this full moon in Libra, there might be some tension within our relationships, two individuals having their own way of doing things and having to find a way within all of that to come to an agreement. And we also still have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. It's going to make its first pass to Neptune this week. That'll happen at the end of the week on Sunday. So communication isn't exactly at its best, and neither is our thought processes because Mercury is still in the underworld. So it's going to take some intention, I think, to move through these interactions with grace and self-reflection around our own wounds and how they're influencing our interactions with others. What is our own identity wound that might be causing us to act a certain way toward the people in our life that is causing disharmony? And also recognizing the wounds in other people and how those wounds are influencing them to act in a certain way. Also being honest and recognizing that we all male or female. This is not gender specific. We all have masculine and feminine energies within ourselves, and these energies are constantly falling in and out of balance. So looking at our own masculine and feminine energies, how could I soften in some area and get more in touch with my feminine and not be quite as confrontational or shut off emotionally? How could I communicate better? How could I be more open to receive either care from someone else or another point of view? How could I articulate my point of view in a way that would be more beneficial to my partner or whoever it is that I'm interacting with? So yeah, it's definitely a week of learning to play nice and learning to get along with other people. Venus square Mars is kind of a love-hate aspect. It's passion, because Mars is passion. So this passion can be expressed through aggression. It could also come out in sexual energy, but either way, I think it's stuff that's been long pushed down or just kind of sub-level under the surface being brought to the surface. And with that Libra moon, really ultimately, emotionally wanting to find that peace and that midway point and being able to coalesce with that other person and find a state of harmony, but it's probably going to take some work. And some of this work is confronting our own wounds and how we individually play a role in these interactions and how we can really step up and upgrade in order to find the harmony that is really being called for with the Libra moon. And we have Mars trining Pluto this week. So more positive energy in the direction of achieving our goals and going after our ambitions. But because it's trining Pluto, there's a lot of transformation happening right now. What we're going after might have experienced some kind of new layer to it. We might have gone even deeper to bring up something even more incredible than we even thought of before. And sort of in celebration of all of this energy, the Libra moon and Venus squaring Mars, I wanted to announce that I am now offering synastry and composite readings for couples. Synastry and composite are two different ways to look at astrological charts between two individuals and see how these two individuals are influencing one another. Synastry takes your chart and someone else's, overlays their chart on top of yours, and we look at where their planets fall in your chart and where yours fall in theirs. So this brings up different ways of communication. This brings up different ways that you inspire one another. It also brings up challenges. So we can look at that in astrology and get some clarity onto the relationship and the ways that you and your partner are the same or different. Composite takes your partner and your chart, puts them together to form a single entity or a single chart where we look at the overall purpose of the relationship or the overall goal that the universe had in mind when it brought the two of you together. So I like to use both because they both have their place, and when we use both in a reading, we can get kind of a really broad perspective of the relationship in general, and both are incredibly beneficial to a relationship and bringing understanding. So if you have interest in having a synastry composite reading with me, you can email me to get more information on that. I'll put my email down below. So yeah, exciting stuff, guys. That's pretty much it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you would like to reach out to me for a regular natal chart reading, I'm still doing those as well. So you can email me at my email as well. All right, you guys, have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.